Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome back to Let's Play Subnautica. This is episode 6, and we do not have time to dawdle. You can see there that I finished up the base, but I'll give you the grand tour when we get back, because we have only a few minutes to get to the Sunbeam, which should be just enough. And as we're going here, you can see on the bottom, I built the depth module for the Seamoth that I lost when we were on the Aurora and I died. I also built the perimeter defense system using those deep shrooms I picked up last time, because you can use deep shrooms to make hydrochloric acid, and then hydrochloric acid to make polyaniline, and then use that to make the Seamoth defense system. So now if we run into another Reaper, I'll be able to shake him off. And we are probably going to run into another Reaper with what I've got on the itinerary today. But I pretty much spent all of that time between the last episode and this episode touching up the base, collecting materials to finish up some of the rooms. So we got the moon pool built, we got the scanner room built, we got the scanner room HUD chip so that I can actually see the stuff that the scanner picks up while I'm swimming around. Which, honestly, I find the scanner room is not that useful before you get that. It's pretty essential. Did I ever search LifePod 3? I actually don't remember. I mean, the beacon's still active, so I don't think I did. But we don't have time to worry about it. So you can kind of see it through the water, but not through the cloud when we're on the surface. But there is another island here. You can kind of just see it on the top there, very faintly, since the cloud that hides it doesn't render when you're underwater. So this is the only other piece of dry land in the game. And unlike the other one, this is kind of a proper island. It's literally just a mountain sticking out of the water, whereas the other one is a giant floating island. Alright, so this is the mountains biome. It is inhabited by, I believe, 6 Reapers, though none of them are on this side of the mountain. So it's pretty easy for us to just park right up here.
Detecting massive energy signature in the region. Cannot identify it.
Well, PDA, I think I can identify it. Anyhow, this is the rendezvous point right here. So now we just gotta chill out for 30 seconds. Let's snack on this bulbo tree. Well, that doesn't exactly bode well.
Survivor, we see you. Man, I don't know how you held out down there. We broke an atmosphere, and we're descending towards the landing site.
Is that a building?
You guys should maybe turn back.
What do you mean you can't identify it? Hold on. No turning back now. Positions, everyone. Touching down in 10, 9, 8.
It's coming from the building?
Change course. Set thrusters to full.
And now our hopes of rescue are just so much burning wreckage falling through the air. Well, now you know how the Aurora ended up on the planet. Alright, so we're gonna go check out the facility over there, but first I'm gonna move my Seamoth a little closer. And you can see this thing extends quite a bit underwater. It really does look a lot like a Borg cube. Or Borg technology. Alright, so leave the Seamoth down here because there should be, if I look around here, a few things I want to pick up. Gel sack. May not seem like it, but in addition to being able to snack on that, you can also use it for some advanced materials. Now, should also be able to find some Magnetite around here, just kind of kicking around. Lithium, can always use more of that. Especially now, lithium has a much more widespread use than it used to. You used to only really use it for things like the hull reinforcements for the sea base. But now you use it for all sorts of stuff. Sadly, we can't grab any of this stuff, even though it glows real nicely. It doesn't count as an actual plant. Also, down here, we have another one of these purple tablets. Pick that up, because we'll need it. That actually wasn't what I was looking for. I forgot that was down here. Oh no. Okay, good. I had worried that I had somehow gotten horribly lost and was going to drown in there. Coming back out here with just the Sea Glide would have been a real pain.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Where is the Seamoth? Oh, it's up there. Again, with the cinematic grading on, it is really dark at night. Also helps if I turn the lights on. Alright, so we'll not worry about the Magnetite right now. We'll just head up here. So that doesn't do anything because we already picked up the other fragment, but if we hadn't, that would have gave us the blueprint to craft our own. Not that we have the materials we need for that just yet. Alright, so before we fiddle around with that door, follow this light path up here, because there's another purple tablet. Purple tablets are pretty numerous, and you find a bunch of them throughout these various places, and we will need quite a few of them. There's a good chance it functions like a regular lock and only requires the correct kind of key. I wonder what that could be. Alright, so
Scans indicate this structure is composed of a metal alloy with unprecedented integrity. No match is found in database. Performing structural analysis.
it's in our best interest to poke around here and look for a way to shut off the gun so it doesn't blow us up if we try to escape. In case anyone else happens to wander by like the Sunbeam.
Unknown language. Attempting translation.
So the species that makes use of these terminals is probably much more advanced than us, even physiologically. Artificially grown, cut from a larger deposit, contains the basic equivalent ionic energy of 5 kilotons of TNT. So, under the right conditions, we could use it as a battery, but it's not much good to us right now, though it is the material we need to make another tablet. However, that would be kind of a waste. Those will come in very handy, eventually.
Unknown language. Attempting translation.
Multi-dimensional schematic. Ultra-hard, non-reactive metal amalgam. No indication that it can be damaged or destroyed, so we can't just blow up the gun. Powered by a separate, self-sustaining power plant located elsewhere on the planet. And the control room is accessed via a security-sealed elevator shaft.
Your best probability of interfacing with this facility is achieved by accessing the control room in the lower section.
So here we've got a big-ass moon pool. Obviously bigger than anything we could build. You can actually fit a Cyclops in here quite easily. Strong resemblance to human weaponry and form. Made to be used by humanoids, however, there is no obvious way to remove the rifle from the case. Just another little tease from the developers, since they're very stern about there being no player-usable guns in the game. Grab another one of these. Theories on function, ceremonial religious role, industrial applications, and advanced transportation network. Now, they make that sound like that's some big advanced alien thing, but, I mean, Natural Selection 2, which is set in the same universe, the TSF soldiers use man-portable phase gates to teleport around, so it's not like teleporters are some big unknown thing at this point. And I wouldn't be surprised if Altera builds those phase gates like they do most of the weapons used by the TSF. Doomsday device. Enough power to destroy the entire planet along with most of the solar system. And I guess the aliens just keep that as a quaint little relic lying around.
Scans indicate the facility's control room lies beyond this doorway.
And that's pretty much why you want to pick up a second tablet, because if we hadn't found one of the ones that weren't just lying around, we would be a bit out of luck. Alright, let's check out this. Houses energy equivalent to 100 megatons nuclear detonation, which can be channeled through the facility and directed at vessels overhead, or even bent around the planet's gravitational pull to strike targets in orbit. Target any ship within range.
The control panel is broadcasting a message. Translation reads, "Warning, infected individuals may not disable the weapon. This planet is under quarantine." Translating background broadcast. Downloading summary to databank.
It seems odd that they're just broadcasting the locations of all these bases. So there's the Disease Research Facility, in a cave system with extensive fossil record. Synthesis of antidote for highly infectious bacterium designated Kara. Kara also being the name of the species in natural selection too. They changed that, it used to be Karar during the development of the game, but there's now a link between that and natural selection. Thermal power facility, depth 1,200 meters. Sanctuary A, Sanctuary B, off-site laboratory, primary containment facility. And this gun exists to prevent the transmission of the Kara bacterium off-world. You know, for as advanced as this race is supposed to be, it's kind of surprising that their big quarantine enforcement just has a big green on-off switch on it with a little bit of a blood test. Like, you'd think there would be something to prevent anyone but themselves from shutting it off, but I guess they didn't care as long as it wasn't an infected person, because that would mean the infection is gone. Alright, so there's nothing else in here for us. Can't do anything with that alien arch yet. Has it gotten brighter out yet? It has. Alright, so there's a Reaper, like, just behind there. But he shouldn't bother us. However, I want to take advantage of this daytime to see if I can find some Magnetite down here. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's lithium. Well, we need that too. And we'll need both lithium and Magnetite anyway, so it'd be nice to pick up some of both. Lithium. There definitely should be some Magnetite. I found quite a bit of it just kind of around here before. Not seeing it. I mean, it's not super noticeable. It's like a very blackish gray material. So even on this kind of mountainside, it's a little hard to spot unless you're right up on it. Alright, let me check down by this spire, and if we can't find it, we'll just move along. You can always come back and look for it later. Oh, there's a little bit of it. Ow. Just had to swim in out of nowhere to get that bite in. Iron oxide, valued for its magnetic potential. Is an iron oxide value for its and magnetic potential? What? Guess they missed that one. Okay, you know what? Yeah, you better fucking... He's gonna just come back as soon as I turn around. See? And there he goes. Here we go. All sorts of Magnetite. Gold. We don't really need gold, because we can find that all around the base. Diamond we could use. There are a few later game applications for that. I think that's all the Magnetite we're going to find around here for now. So let's just move along.
30 seconds.
especially because I want to do the next thing before we run out of daylight.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Also, these are not the permanent Seamoth colors, these are just what I changed it to while I was fooling around with the upgrades. Alright, so this is where our perimeter defense system is going to come in handy, because we're going to need to dip into Reaper Town. And I'd rather not get surprised. Okay, he's over there right now. There's a wreck down here I want to search. It's just at the edge of my current depth, so we should be alright.
Warning, maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
Did it, like, drift down a couple feet? It did. It drifted. Okay, nice and settled now. You have to wonder how the Seamoth maintains its position, just kind of suspended in the water like that. I'll take that. Ah, that's what I wanted.
Blueprint acquired.
That's why I came all the way out here into Murder Town. Also this. Two things that are very handy. Well, I suppose the reactor is probably more useful than the containment, but the containment is cool.
New blueprint acquired.
Alright, so we got
fluid intake.
the Cyclops now, so we can actually build that in the future. After collecting the blueprints for all 3 pieces of it. Disinfected water. Cyclops engine. I'm looking for more reactor fragments. A lot of Cyclops bits down here. Okay, 2 out of 3.
Vital signs stabilizing.
You can hear a biter very close to me. Okay, it's starting to get pretty dark. There's actually another wreck in this biome that I wanted to try and hit before it got dark, but I think we'll have to leave it because that one's even closer to a Reaper. I'm pretty sure that Reaper normally swims right over it. Do we have a way in? Trying to see if I can spot another reactor piece. There should be some inside as well. Oh, there we go. Got a door. And that Reaper is now so far off that we can't even hear it. I think they do actually have a pretty big kind of roaming range. Like, I believe they spawn in the same area and they just kind of do their own thing, but they never seem to get that far away. Propulsion arm fragment. Trading block, we can definitely use that.
New blueprint acquired.
Okay, the propulsion arm is not the most useful prawn arm, but still handy to have. Especially because we can just build a bunch of different arms and swap them out as we need them.
30 seconds. Please observe Safety Protocol CSP-21 before handling classified cargo.
I'm not sure exactly what the classified cargo in here is. I already have the wall shelves. I already have the propulsion gun. Is that all we got going on in here? Don't see any vents. I think there is a second access point, though. Yeah, if we go through there... It's really eerie and quiet down here, since the mountains don't really have their own music track. Okay, don't need any of that. Still suit.
New blueprint acquired.
So I don't think we're ever going to build one of those, but essentially what that does is it generates water from your own bodily fluids. Just like the still suits in Dune. So... But we're not going to use that because we're going to make the reinforced dive suit.
New blueprint acquired.
Which is much more useful. Alright, so I think we've got everything now. Let's take one more look just for one more nuclear fragment. I think we might just have to find the last one at a different... I'm also just taking a little bit of a look around for any other useful materials while we're in this biome.
30 seconds.
Well, we're full up on inventory anyway. And I did not yet make a storage module for the Seamoth. Jesus, it's so dark down here. Can you imagine how dark it would be if I didn't have the Seamoth here? I'd just be swimming into blackness.
Oxygen.
Blackness with a big, angry mouth in it. Alright, so... we're gonna head back towards the base. I'm gonna turn on the defense system, and we're gonna kind of bust past this Reaper. Assuming I can spot him before he spots me. Or he won't spot me at all. Oh yeah, he's close. I blew it a little too soon. Well, I killed my sub. I nudged it a little too hard to the wall. Whoops, I was actually just trying to park to repair. Oh well. So long, Seamoth number 1. You will be missed for the amount of time it takes me to build another one, which won't be very long. Okay, well, I don't want to get eaten. My life is flashing before my eyes. I don't even want to turn the flashlight on. You know, I was going to say, could you imagine the Reaper coming up at my feet there while I'm standing on this tiny ledge? And then he did exactly that. Right, we're gonna go this way. That was properly spooky. Gonna get away from the water. Alright, we're trapped on this tiny ledge. In the dark. With a large predator circling. This is like one of those shark movies, like The Shallows. Oh good, the sun's coming up. I don't mind risking it if I can actually see where I'm going. I guess I misunderestimated the range on the defense system, though, because that first burst that I wasted didn't actually hit him. Man, I got so close to that Reaper when he came up out of the water that I actually had the option to scan him. Now that was exciting. Okay, so I guess I'll just circle around to the Reaperless side of the island and go from there, since it would be a very, I was going to say very long, but it would be a very short swim if I tried to swim past the Reaper with a sea glide. Though I might be less likely to get noticed, I don't think it's really worth chancing losing all that stuff I picked up. All the Magnetite and stuff. Alright. Since this part is not going to be very exciting, since I'm just going to have to slowly make my way back to the base, I'm going to cut that part out. However, let's get a scan on this fella. Oh. He teleported away because the biter attacked him. Alright. So I will see you when we arrive back at the base, and I'll give you a little tour around. There she is, Aquatica. Well, I guess it's not exactly a World War II submarine base, but, you know, it's close enough. As you can see here, I started up a little grow bed system, and we're actually going to pop that in there. So that's no good by itself, because obviously it won't grow more, but I'm going to turn it into seeds in a second once we have the space. A few more solar panels. And you see, you mouse over them, they actually tell you how much sunlight they're reaching in their current position. So like if I put them up on that rock, they would be getting more. But you can see I suspended the moon pool over the ravine there, just like I was planning to, so that the Seamoth doesn't drop down and hit the ground. I got a little hatch here to get to the scanner room.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And as I mentioned, I do have the scanner room HUD chips, so anything we scan I will be able to find myself. As you can see, there's not really that much I can scan, and this pretty much shows you every material within range. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to make some scanner room range upgrades, and if I make 4 of them, we'll have quite a big range since they stack. If we head through here over to the blood side, you can see there's not much going on yet, but this is going to be my grow bed room. And I might put some windows in here as well. But one thing I didn't have time to before the countdown was running out of time was put up some decorations, so that'll have to wait. Alas, nothing docked. It's alright though, it won't take very much to rebuild the Seamoth. It's not exactly a resource-intensive thing, so in the next episode I'll have another one. Also, on the way over here, I did actually stop by that life pod we passed, because I thought we had already seen it, but no. I picked up the blueprint for a compass, so I can make one of those now. if I can find it. Well, anyway, it's just a compass so that we know what direction we're looking. I also picked up a log.
You really think it'll carry 2 of us?
Your regular sea glide tows a mass of 80 kilograms at over 30 kilometers an hour. The power cellar rig to this one should double that.
You think there's something out there that's faster?
Oh, sure. And that's assuming it doesn't overload 3 meters from the life pod.
You're calm about this?
I'm seeing the engineering problem. If I stop seeing the maths, I'll be terrified.
Let's get our batteries charging here. Slap some stuff in storage. I'll sort my storage later. Just want to dump my inventory for now. So we have 2 more purple tablets. We'll hold on to those because they'll come in handy in the future. Got these gel sacks. So as I mentioned with the deep shrooms here that we picked up in the blood kelp, you can turn them into hydrochloric acid and then that into polyaniline, which is one of the materials used for the Seamoth defense system. It's also used for a few other things. If you look here at the reinforced dive suit, we're going to need synthetic fibers, and those come from benzene and fiber mesh, and benzene comes from blood oil, which is why I picked that up as well. So we're not too far off from making a reinforced dive suit, at which point I can then go down and build some thermal reactors, which require aerogel, and aerogel is what those gel sacks are for. So we're all set up for some advanced technology.
Playing partially translated broadcast.
9 new biological subjects designated. Mode. Hunting. Analyzing. Sharing subject locations with other agents.
Seek fluid intake.
Now, I thought I had picked up a modification station blueprint already, but apparently not. I must have forgot to look for that. But we can go searching for that next time. And I think we're also going to head up another biome and look for where the Degassi survivors went. So we're going to be going jelly shrooming next time. And I think I'll also set up a aquarium room as well with the alien containment, which requires a room all of its own since it kind of sits right in the middle. So I'll do that in between episodes, just harvest some materials, and I think that'll be good. So until next time, I've been Shadefyre, this is Subnautica, and I hope you'll join me on my undersea survival adventure next time. Take care, everyone.